Hi, friends. Hope you're doing good. Now, cloud computing and cloud security is a very, very hot field right now. And lots of jobs are there, lots of career opportunities are there, especially nowadays with the tech layoffs happening. A lot of people are reaching out to me and asking about this particular career field. Now, cloud computing is going quite well. The entire cloud computing market is expected to reach around 1.17 trillion by 2030, which is pretty amazing. I'm based out of the UK, and I literally every week I see lots of cloud computing jobs. I was in the UAE, not that many. Like it was picking up definitely now. Now you have the AWS over there, but globally, I would say whether you're in the USA, UK, a lot of jobs are coming up with cloud security. So definitely, this is a very good career field. If you are one of those unfortunate people who've been laid off, then definitely this is one of the good career options you can take a look at. Okay, which is quite in demand. And even the cloud security market is expected to reach around 77.5 billion by 2026, which is like a pretty amazing amount, you can say. So the whole point of this was a lot of people ask me questions: how do I get in, what to do? There's a lot of confusion. So I thought I'll just collect all the commonly asked questions into one video and help you out. Yeah, so this is the whole point of this video, guys. This is, like I call it, the cloud security career guide for 2023. uh, this is all the questions which you've been asking me, and I've made one video, and I'm going to try and put all the questions here so it's easier for you to just refer to this video. And this is just my opinion, based on many, many years in cybersecurity and cloud computing. So, and this is my channel, guys. Just a quick intro. Uh, uh, this channel is the Cloud Security Guy. I talk about things like cloud security, artificial intelligence, and general cybersecurity career advice on this channel. So please do like and subscribe to this channel. That will really help the channel to grow. So, first question, which people ask me, guys, right, jumping right ahead, what are the skills and the qualifications needed to get into cloud security? Like, what do I need to have on my CV? So, first of all, you need to choose a cloud provider. Like things like you have many, many options like AWS, Azure, Google. Choose one of them, and you can easily get a free tier account, a free subscription, free trial. All of them give it. So please get some hands-on experience, know a little bit of infrastructure as code. Now it's very, very easy to do with things like chat gpt, which can really generate all the code for you. It can even check for you. You have things like visual, all those plugins are there which can check it. It's very, very easy to do. You should know a little bit about cloud security posture management and cloud access security broker. I have videos on my channel which go into detail in all of them. You can take a look. Know a little bit of serverless, things like Lambda, Azure functions, because they are used quite heavily in the cloud. Again, with things like chat gpt, it can generate a lot of code for you. You don't need to know things from scratch. Okay. Other skills are like things like cloud security automation. You need to know how to make the services talk to each other, like with EventBridge, with APIs. That is a skill which is very, very heavily needed in the cloud. So these are what I would recommend. Start with a cloud provider. Choose a provider like AWS or Azure, Google. These are the top three most popular providers, and then you can decide where you want to go. But these are the skills I would recommend if you are going to get into cloud security. Like I said, I have videos on my channel. You can take a look at that also. The second question I asked: what are the popular certifications? What certification should I do if I want to get into cloud security? So, uh, again, I've talked about in detail, but just quickly summarizing, there are two types of certifications within the cloud. One is technology agnostic, and one is technology specific. So you have the cloud provider certifications with AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, and you have things which just talk about the concept like CCSK and CCSP. And if you're new to the cloud and cloud security, you don't know anything about the cloud, I would definitely recommend starting with the CCSK. It's a very, very good certification for completely newcomers. If you're new to the cloud, if you're starting your cloud career, cloud security career, this is the certification you should go for. Okay. And if you have experience, if you know the cloud, then you should go with something like the CCSP. This is like the CISSP. It's made by the same people, but this is goes into more detail, and it's for more senior people who have experience in cybersecurity and the cloud. I have a complete series on the CCSP on my channel from first domain to the last domain. You can check that out if you want to prepare for the certification. And if you are more interested in a cloud provider, then there are specific certifications. You have the AWS Certified Security Specialty. It's an MCQ question. Only do this if you have experience of working in AWS. If you jump directly into this, you will not be able to pass. Please get some hands-on experience with AWS and then try to do the certification. The other one is Azure Security Engineer. That's more for AWS. It has labs, it has hands-on experience required. So you can do this also if you go focus as Azure. And of course, you have the Google security engineer, again very popular. Again, you need hands-on experience. So these are the ones. Like I said, if you are interested more in the technology, then get a free tier account, try playing around with this, and then try to do the certification. And these are the certifications I would recommend. Just quickly going back, these are the ones. So if you want to get build up your concepts, go with the CCSK. Otherwise, go with a technology specific certification. If you have experience, go with the CCSP. And the third question I get asked a lot is what are the typical job roles within cloud security? Like what can I do? Well, that's easy to answer. You have things like the cloud security engineer or consultant. These are very similar to each other. That's why I've combined them. I mean, you need to like monitor the cloud environments for security incidents. Again, secure cloud infrastructure, configure and maintain the cloud tools. Okay. If you're a cloud consultant, you need to advise organizations on cloud security best practices. Same skills as before. You need to know automation, infrastructure as code. For certifications, you can do an AWS Azure specific one, or go with the CCSK or the CCSP. And then later on, you can actually move on to a cloud security manager or a head cloud of security position. Okay. And if you are more senior, then you can look at something like the cloud security manager position or the architect position. This is a more in-depth position, more senior. You need to know things like CCS, CSPM, single sign-on, multi-cloud, and you should have the CCSP definitely, because this is a more senior role. And if you are experienced, you can move on to the head of cloud security role. Okay. Same thing, you can be a security manager, security architect. Both of them do overlap a lot, I've seen, but you need to know things like threat modeling and everything. Those are the this is a more senior position. You should have experience in the cloud before going there. And if you do good, then you can actually move on to the head of cloud security position. Okay. What else is the question? How's the market? This I get asked a lot. And of course, this really depends, guys. I know people like who are in very tough job markets, but they've been able to secure jobs. I know people who are like not in a competitive job market, but still they've not been able to find jobs. It really depends. Okay, but the job market is good despite an overall slowdown in tech hiring. Cloud security jobs are still quite hot, and you can easily secure a job market like a job if your CV is good, if your experience is good. Okay. So the demand for cloud security professional is strong, as you can see here, with increasing demand because the cloud is being adopted and you need to protect sensitive data. Okay. So don't like polish up your CV. I've made videos on that, how to improve your CV, how to improve your profile. So take a look at that. And the other question I got is what's the expected salary range? So expected salary range, of course, there's a lot of factors. You need to look at the experience, but it varies on experience, where you are, and the specific role. I'm in the UK, so obviously salary is a bit higher. I was in the UAE, salaries were quite high there. Also in the US, of course, with the tech layoffs, you might competition might be more now. But usually entry level positions, you can get around $60,000 per year. Experienced people can go up to 150, 130 easily. I've seen those positions. Cloud security architects can command even higher salaries, right? So these are just like the average salary for a cloud security architect, a cloud security engineer. You can see here. So like I said, it depends on your location and but the market is good, and you should be able to get a good salary here. It depends where you're getting the job. Also, it's a small company. I work in AWS, so they have a different salary scale with Microsoft. But really, the market is good provided you're able to have that experience. So this leads me to my next question, which a lot of people ask me: how do I get experience? Okay, I've learned the cloud. I don't have any experience. I've never worked in any company which like made me work on the cloud. So what do I do? The first question I always tell them, guys, very simple. First of all, please get a free tier account. Get something like AWS, which is the most popular, or Azure, which is the second most popular, or Google, the third most popular, right? And play around with that environment. They have free tier accounts. I've made many videos on that, how you can do that. Okay. And then you have many tools available easily. You have tools like Scout Suite, which is there. It's like an open source multi-cloud security auditing tool. I'm going to make a video on that, right? You can easily use these tools on a free tier account, find out how it's working, and you should be able to, now you will have experience of actually doing cloud security assessments, right? You have something like Prowler, completely free, which can check your AWS and Azure security accounts, right? Learn these accounts. You can create a profile on Fiverr, offer your services for very cheap, like $5-10. Many companies will be happy to hire you, and you can get that experience, right? Same thing like with Upwork. So these are the things which are you can easily do and get that really hardcore experience. which you can put on your CV, okay, even if you don't have a job, right? And the last question I asked is like, do I need to learn coding? And well, if you do learn coding, I mean, honestly speaking, it's good. Learning coding gives you a tremendous advantage, uh, because you have things like Python, serverless, Lambda. It's not a hard and fast requirement. I'm not a coder. I know a little bit of coding, but honestly, a little bit of coding will help you out a lot, especially when it comes to integrations and other stuff. So these were the questions, guys. I got asked a lot. I just wanted to like summarize it here into one guide. And cloud security is a good position, guys. If you are looking for a job, if you've been laid off and looking for a career change, you can't really go wrong with cloud computing and cloud security as a whole. So I hope these answers were useful. If you have other questions, just put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to try and answer them. And please do like and subscribe to my channel and share this video if you think it's useful. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you.